I'm too lazy to do that. All right, hang on 1 second. And
Hey, everybody, and welcome back to Let's Read. We're starting a new series today on a fanfiction called Living the Dream. This is going to be part one of a 141 part series in which we're going to be reading the original fanfiction Living the Dream by Kickass222 Your Mom.
241 chapters?
There's
Hilarious.
141 chapters.
I'm pretty sure there's 144 chapters.
Can
Oh.
you believe the guy's
It's
name
crazy.
is Kickass222 Your Mom?
It's kind of nuts. So here's the thing. It's the 10-year anniversary of this, and to celebrate Lance's death, Lance Greenfield, our hero, we're gonna do a very special thing. We're going to be recreating the entirety of Living the Dream, chapter by chapter, fully rewriting it to give Lance the story he deserves.
Oh man, I'm so excited. I'm so eager.
Yeah. So, without a further ado, I am your host, Duhad. Here, joining me are my co-host, Cabralo95,
It's me. Hello.
Sound Speed,
What is up, everyone? I'm in here to wait man.
and Lightning Rabbit.
hello.
So, without further ado,
I
let's
don't
just
think that's
jump on
Lightning
into it. I'll
Rabbit.
play the OCs. Cabral, you're going to be playing the canon main 6 characters, and Lightning, you're going to be taking on secondary characters, like all the secondary characters, and one special guest star who's going to be in this first chapter. And Soundspeed, why don't you lead us off as the narrator?
Hey, without further ado, author's note. This chapter is the start of a brand new version of the classic fanfiction Living the Dream. Just know that how it starts really isn't all that much like how it goes later on, so don't just until you get a few chapters in. Anyway, remember that Lance is only a teenager in this story, so don't get mad if it's a little random. Enjoy the story. Chapter 1. Lance suffers from a form of schizophrenia, with Break and Dawn being voices in his head.
Those are some notes, so ignore that.
Oh, I see. Got it.
Okay, sorry.
Wow, Kickass222 Your Mom. Amateur hour,
By the
frankly.
way, I like that we
Notes
had
it.
that grammatical bit of error at the beginning. It feels so
Yeah.
authentic.
Amazing.
I was so ready. I didn't even think about it. I didn't question it at all. Well, big spoiler, so let's...
Yeah, a little bit. Spoiler.
I'll edit part of it out.
Yes,
Okay, sorry. Okay, first line is Lance. This is stupid.
I grumbled under my breath as the hands of the clock slowly ticked towards midnight. Though I had kept my voice low, apparently it wasn't low enough, as I soon found myself the target of a pair of intense glares.
Lightning, why don't you take January, and Cabral, you'll be the other one, James.
The other one. Gotcha.
Yeah.
What's stupid?
January demanded, leaning forward to get a better look at me without releasing the hand of her boyfriend.
Lightning.
Oh, I wasn't sure if that was,
Keep going,
that
keep
was
going.
the same character or not.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, it's
Wanting to
Very
be
authentic, Living the Dream.
wanting to be with your friends for the biggest event of all of human history.
I felt anger flare up inside of me and tried my best to push it back down.
no. Obviously, being with your friends for the end of the world is cool.
But don't you think it's going to? But you don't think it's going to happen, do you?
James accused.
You think this is all a big joke, don't you, Lance?
My eye twitched, the anger harder to contain now that it was a guy calling me out.
I mean, a little.
I gritted my teeth.
Midnight December 21st, 2012 being the end of the world is pretty dumb. Like, what? God's just gonna blow everything up because of some old calendar or something?
My God, you're such a little shit.
January snapped.
And you're such a fucking bitch!
That feels genuinely, that feels so pulled out of Living the Dream. Congratulations. I screamed before slapping a hand over my mouth. I stood, feeling the shocked stares of my friends on me as I rushed to the bathroom. My eyes prickled with tears as I slammed the door and reached into my jacket pocket for the small orange bottle held within.
You shouldn't be so angry with people, Lance. Oh, sorry,
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say,
Kurt,
that's Don. Hold on.
It is, yeah.
Spoilers. You shouldn't be so angry with people, Lance. That's why your mother is so hard on you.
But getting in a fight is so much fun. And did you see the look on Jan's face? Chicks love bad boys.
I unscrewed the cap and as quickly as I could, tapped out a pill and dry swallowed it. A moment later, the voices faded and relief washed over me.
Oh my god.
I leaned over the sink and placed my face in my hands.
Just kill me now.
Suddenly, through my fingers, a bright light shone, and I felt the world falling away around me. I threw out my arms, thinking I was falling, but was shocked to find myself floating naked within an endless expanse of white light.
Holy shit.
I screamed.
What the hell's going on?
From the endless expanse of white, the outline of a figure emerged. One whose appearance was oddly familiar, though so massive and strangely proportioned I was sure I had never seen anyone like him before. The figure loomed over me, and I found myself rising to meet him.
Language, young man.
The figure
There's the,
spoke.
okay, right. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's right, Cody, you played,
You're gonna be Dash, who comes in a little bit later.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, do you want me to? I assume this is...
Switch around. Yeah, Cabral's God.
Okay, sure.
You'll
I mean,
know.
Cody, I'm
Is this
fine with
blasphemy?
Cody being God as well, if I'm gonna be
I'll
that
take
person.
it for the team. Don't worry about it.
Go ahead, God. Go ahead.
Language, young man. The figure spoke and made my whole body tremble at the sheer, indescribable power within the words. Hell has no place here, nor do any of your base bodily functions.
What the fuck?
I gasped. The figure sighed. Oh, never mind. Lance Greenfield, do you know why you are here?
Because I suffered a psychotic break?
I asked, rubbing my head. Because you died, the figure corrected. Seeing my horrified face, it continued. But you were not alone in dying. All the world died with you at the second of apotheosis.
The mines were right?
I half screamed, my brain feeling as if it were melting within my skull. Oh, yes! Impressively so! The figure nodded. It's a shame, really. They had all of the answers, but most ended up being lost with their fall. I guess that's just something I'll need to correct for on the next go-round.
Next go round?
I tried to lay down and process all that I was learning, but within the void of light, it was impossible to actually stretch out on anything firm.
So you're God, and I'm, what, going to be reincarnated into the next version of Earth?
In order, yes! The figure nodded. And no! I'm afraid that I'll be starting with a fresh slate next time. No old souls interfering with my grand designs this time. However, it isn't really fair to pass judgment upon those souls whose ends came in these final years before the wrap-up. You never really had a chance to define your places in the afterlife, especially as reality was already coming undone, even while you were still alive.
I like that it's called the wrap-up instead of the rapture, and I think that's really
It's just
funny.
a winter rapture, winter rapture.
Get that holiday cheer.
The rapture.
So what's going to happen to me then?
I asked.
If I'm not going to be reincarnated or sent to heaven or hell, or whatever other souls go normally, what are you going to do with me?
I never said you wouldn't be reincarnated. God laughed, a jovial, oddly human sound. Just because I don't want you mucking things up in my new perfect world doesn't mean I don't have other places for you to go. I'm God, after all. I have many side projects which will only be made more interesting with the addition of a few billion souls sprinkled in here and there.
I love the idea that God is just a game developer. He's like, oh man, I got all these additional assets. I can
It's
put
Todd
into everything."
Howard. It just works.
It just works.
God Howard.
God Howard.
God spelled backward is God.
It's
Wait a
Earth 76.
second.
Hold on.
Before me, images suddenly sprang into life, windows into worlds both like and unlike my own. Some were strange and unfamiliar, full of swords and lasers and odd gray horned people. Others were so close to the world I knew I felt as if I could jump right into them and resume life as if nothing had changed. Then one bright and colorful image caught my eye, and I reached out a hand to point.
Hey, is that My Little Pony?
Ah ha ha! Yes! A very popular choice with young men of a certain age and demeanor.
What does that mean, Father God? Please, Lord Almighty,
you
tell
know-
me.
God has some good bedside manner. I'm impressed with his respect. God chuckled. Would you like to be an earth pony, or a Pegasus, or a unicorn? Or maybe something a little more exotic?
Seriously?
I asked, my eyes going wide.
I mean, yeah. And, well, an earth pony is kind of basic, and if I get a choice between flying or magic, I'm gonna take flying for sure. So I have to go with Pegasus, right? I mean, who would want to go to MLP and not be a pony?
You'd be shocked, God replied.
What's that mean?
I tried to ask, but even as the words left my mouth, they were spoken into a clear blue sky. That is very funny. That's my main man, Louis.
Yeah.
And
Call it
Malbad
Cody.
is-
Spoilers. Stop.
and all. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. This is
What
the new
the
series.
fuck?
It's a new series. We
Sound
have 140
speed.
Yes,
episodes
sound
left, and
speed.
I'm so sorry.
Who's
I'm-
Louis?
I don't know. He's from the news, I think.
You know, this story is
No, his
pretty
name
well
is
written.
Huey.
Hope the story doesn't have anything egregious like rape or anything controversial in it. That'd be crazy.
No, surely not.
No.
I mean, so far it's only been very, tactful and respectful.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I think it
I
probably
mean,
just,
yeah, it's fine.
I like the part where he called that girl a bitch. That was kind of funny.
Yeah.
Very,
I looked
very,
about.
age 12 and up.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was a little too hot for TV.
Good thing we're on
I
TV.
looked about, but God and the void were gone, and all about me was blue skies, fluffy white clouds, and far below the green tops of trees. I glanced down at myself and felt my heart skip a beat as I saw cyan blue hooves where my hands should be, and strange black leather sleeves in place of my old cotton jacket. I reached down and yanked up the sleeve and let out an audible groan at the sight of bright red zebra stripes garishly contrasting my pale blue fur.
Seriously, God?
I asked and turned back to check my tail, finding it similarly blighted with a black and neon red contrast that boded ill for my new mane. My flanks and cutie marks were covered by more of the black leather, and a faint pressure on my forehead alerted me to the presence of flight goggles on my forehead.
You think God designed these cloths for him, or like?
Okay, sorry, I know this is dropping the bit a little bit, but I was rereading the first chapter of Living the Dream, and I actually kind of forgot that, he does spend an unbelievably long amount of time complaining about how he looks and about the fact that God didn't make him naked.
Yeah.
That's really funny.
God
I don't
was
remember that at all.
respectful, you know. He's like, I'm sure he wouldn't want to go naked. Here's some cloths.
I mean, to be
yeah.
fair, God does have experience with people, realizing their shame.
Yeah.
Impossible. What are you talking about?
Anyway.
Is that spoilers?
Seriously?
No, I did. Spoiler
Did
alert
you
for
spoil
the
the first book of the Bible? I haven't read that far yet.
I haven't even gotten past Genesis. What the fuck?
Oh,
No, that's
I'm
literally
sorry.
in there like that.
Oh, dude. You could have ruined it.
Bro.
Anyway, seriously, you could just have left me naked. That was an option.
Sighing, I experimentally flapped my wings, taking a small amount of solace in finding that the strange clothes I had been settled were... Oh my god. Sorry, I don't have brain.
It's okay.
Taking a small amount of solace in finding that the strange clothes I'd been settled with were at least aerodynamic.
By the way, I know I'm also breaking the bit a little bit. I miss cloths. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm breaking the bit a little bit. I don't like being called sound speed.
That's fair.
Yeah, I took it on the chin.
We'll
but you
come
know
up
what?
with something else.
It's okay.
How about
come up with
XX
something
Sound
else,
Speed XX?
I hope you actually die in real life.
How about Centile?
No. Okay. So
Maybe, let's come up with a new nickname. Maybe something like Spood. Does that sound good?
I like
Ooh,
that.
spoon.
I like that.
It's got like a little fun
Spoon,
spoon
okay.
sound
Yeah.
to it.
If you look up,
Yeah.
if you look up spood on, or I think it's Urban Dictionary. It's the wooden spoon that you get with the tiny little ice creams that you would buy at school.
Oh
That's,
shit,
that's
awesome.
pretty good.
I call it the spoon.
Shout out to
because it's
Urban
like
Dictionary.
spoonwood.
I assumed it was something else.
Sponsored by Urban Dictionary.
Yeah,
Anyway,
welcome, by the
Shout out
way.
to Urban Dictionary.
Let's read.
Let's read.
This is Dawn.
This Cabral.
Oh,
yeah,
yes,
Cabral.
sorry. I forgot. Saddled with?
Fuck.
Is that because you're a horse?
Oh my god, that's fucking funny.
Instinctively, I reached into my pocket for my pills and felt a wave of relief wash over me when, despite all odds, I found the bottle, now fully filled, right where it had been in my old clothes.
That's
I love the idea that God is like, I will turn you into a pony, but I will not cure your
I was
schizophrenia."
just about to say that. I love that God has the decency of like, you know what, I'll refill this pill bottle, but not let me take that disease away from you.
Well,
Now the
no,
real question is God going to periodically refill the pill bottle, or is it that's it?
spoilers, no, because Break and Dawn become a main character eventually.
Oh my god,
Oh, goodness. Who would have thought?
that's crazy.
Even if I was now stuck in a strange new world, at least I wouldn't have to deal with annoying, immature voices screaming in my head while I adjusted to it. Once again, blissfully alone in my own mind, I resumed my flying practice, finding the task far easier than I possibly could have hoped for. Wait, how often does he have to take his pills? Because I feel like he took
How
them
long
like
has he
5
had
minutes
these
ago.
tulpas?
The handwave, he's in a new body. He's got like re-up.
Yeah,
it real
okay,
quick.
sure. It's been reset. His
Yeah.
reactivated the mental illness.
So
on
who's
the
like
transfer.
the more dominant voice, Break or Dawn?
I was definitely Break. Break is the
always
one
the
that
Break.
like.
Are you saying
yeah.
that Break is the top and Dawn is the bottom?
I mean, that's
Like,
absolutely
oh,
true.
no,
actually.
you don't
Jada,
think
why
he
did
has
you
like
even
a
ask?
different... I don't know. It could be he could do like a funny bit where he's just because I don't know. Like Break says some sus things on occasion.
That's all I'm saying.
Man, we're so bad with spoilers. You can't keep doing this.
right. I'm beast and red pilled.
Actually,
Once
yeah.
again-
So if like,
All right.
can you take pills that would like silence one but keep the other? Like Dawn's a decent voice, and could you like take a red pill to get rid of Break and a blue pill to get rid of Dawn?
I seem to recall Dawn saying some stuff that I would not call particularly base.
Yeah, you know that. Finding the task far easier than I possibly could have hoped for. I wondered if that had just been an added benefit to my transformation, but soon dismissed the idea, recalling that in the show, even week-old babies had been shown to develop the skill.
All right,
I took a deep breath.
time to get off this cloud and go find Ponyville. And if this is the Everfree Forest I'm over, then it should be
I scanned the horizon, then smiled.
right over there. Easy.
I flapped my wings, took off into the air, and began to soar in what was, for a first-time flyer, a pretty fast and majestic way. I had made it to just over the edge of the Everfree and was beginning to really feel like I had gotten the hang of aerial travel when a familiar voice shouted from a nearby cloud.
Hey, are you okay, buddy?
Oh,
I turned, flapping furiously to remain airborne as I spun to face the rainbow-maned mare who was staring at me, a look of mixed concern and bemusement on her cyan blue face.
hey, are you Rainbow Dash?
Yeah, not surprised. You know me already.
Rainbow smirked.
I'm a pretty big deal around here.
You're the fastest flyer in all of Equestria.
I gasped, feeling the strain of flying beginning to take its toll.
The only pony to ever pull off a sonic rainbow and one of the elements of harmony.
I know.
Is this like also a thing that happened in the first episode? Or the first chapter?
Partly, I had to I added the bit about the element of harmony because he basically is just like, oh, yo, shit, you're a fast flyer. That's cool. I heard he did a sonic rainbow.
I just love the idea that someone meets Tony Hawk and they're like, "Oh my God, you're Tony Hawk! You did the McTwist!" Like, he knows. He was there.
Yeah.
You did the
Well,
McDouble.
yeah. You see, Tony Hawk though. I mentioned Rainbow Dash is similar to Tony Hawk, where if where if you see Tony Hawk without a skateboard, you just won't recognize him. But Rainbow Dash, if you don't see her flying, you just will not recognize her as Rainbow Dash.
As funny as that
like
is,
she's
I'd have to
walking around the
disagree.
stores
She
with
has a rainbow mane. Literally, I think she's the
Hey.
only pony in
Nah.
all of Equestria with a rainbow mane.
Nah.
possible.
Nah.
No, okay.
Okay, so just as
She's just a
a
blue
briefing to your questions, Spood, was
Sound speed.
everything in this chapter is literally just taking what originally happened in the first chapter and doing a rewrite on it. Like no event in this is actually like whole cloth except for the reintroduction of Kill and Joy much earlier and the little hints about Louis and Malbataris.
Got it. I understand.
Oh, shouts him out battery. Okay, let's keep it rocking. Rainbow face lit up as she sat up on. Oh, let me try this again. Rainbow face lit up as she sat up taller on her cloud.
Oh, what a sentence.
It's not that easy to be this awesome, but I managed somehow. So,
She looked me over with renewed interest.
what's half zebra, half Pegasus, half dragon doing flying around over the Everfree?
I think it's too many hands.
I huffed.
And what do you mean half dragon?
Your eyes, dude.
Rainbow pointed a hoof at me.
You have crazy dragon eyes behind those goggles. Don't act like I can't see them.
I mean, I can't see them.
Fuck. That was a concerning revelation.
Oh,
but
speaking
one
of
I would have to
apocalypse,
hold
a
on to.
revelation.
Revelation.
Those I love these Bible
Wow.
references. It's great.
Holy
We're
shit!
being so inclusive of the church audience
Did
with
we
this story.
write to the part where Gyrocon gets a Job?
As a fun little thing, this video is going up on the first day of Ramadan.
Oh,
so.
let's go.
Hey,
Exciting.
shout out to our Muslim fans.
Shouts
Yeah.
to Mansa Musa's verse in the epic rap battle of history. Anyone? No?
No.
takers?
No.
Alright, well,
You're the only one.
You're the only one. Sounds
you know what? It's a little too modern for you, but your kids are gonna love it.
Is that a future reference?
What?
Back to the
What
future.
the
Anyway.
fuck?
Oh, right. Okay.
I'm just having fun. All right, let's go.
That was a concerning revelation, but one I would have to hold on to for later. For the moment, not plummeting from the sky was becoming more and more of a priority.
So you might help me pony out?
I don't know.
Rainbow rubbed her chin.
A Pegasus zebra dragon coming out of Everfree is pretty weird. I mean, I don't even know your name, and what's up with those cloths you have all over you? What are you hiding?
You mean my clothes?
Shouts to cloths. All right.
I'm glad you actually did keep that. Thank
you gotta
That's
get a
great.
little cloth.
Yeah, we did it.
So there.
I asked, feeling myself starting to descend towards the ground despite my best efforts.
I don't know. I just woke up in them. And my name is...
I struggled for something pony-related, but in my panic instead blurted out the first thing I could think of.
I'm Gurukon. And if you help me get to Ponyville, you can take all my clothes off if you want. My body's so bad.
Rainbow's face flushed red, and I instantly regretted my choice of words. I really hoped God was no longer paying attention to me or starting to question why I'd been so quick to choose this world in particular to come to.
Dude, that's not cool.
Rainbow puffed up her chest and in a prismatic flash flew off, leaving me to sink slowly to the ground, face red and ears ringing. I seriously needed a better cover story before I got into Ponyville. Maybe a retired royal guard who ate a crazy curse in the line of duty looking for a fresh start? I sighed.
I'll think of something before I get there. God, I really hope I don't screw up my introduction with the rest of the main six in Ponyville before I end up stuck with Applejack.
That's funny.
And that's it for chapter 1. I know what you're thinking, and yes, Lance is a total perv, XD. And I have some really crazy plans that I bet you'll never see coming. God's pretty tricky, I'll say that. Remember to R&R.
Rest and relax.
And there we go.
That's incredible.
All right, I'll adjust
You know,
this part of
God
the
works in
editing
mysterious
because
ways.
I wanted to ask real quick. Do you want
Yeah,
to
okay.
talk about? Because I think it'd be really
Yeah,
fun
okay, yeah.
rediscussing.
Yeah, we can drop the bit and like this is the 10-year anniversary of Living the Dream, so we can just do a little bit of
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's...
It's not
I
the
don't
10-year
actually know
anniversary, we
when
got
it was
next year.
written. It might have actually been last year that the 10-year anniversary was.
Yeah,
It's
we
just
missed
that
it. Y'all missed
plot,
it.
The
Whatever,
plot of the
20
story
years.
takes place in 2012.
Oh, okay. You talk
Uh,
about that. Sorry, I think you meant the actual 10-year anniversary of the story being uploaded. Sorry.
No. It's because remember it's December 21st, 2012.
Yeah,
is
yeah,
when,
yeah.
Lance goes to hell.
yeah.
It's not quite the
No,
10-year, but yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so it's like the rough 10-year like overall year,
Yeah.
like not the actual anniversary itself, but yeah, no. So okay, so yeah, dropping the bit. So I reread the first chapter of Living the Dream, and it is funny how much of it, like how fast it moves. Like this is actually significantly longer than the original, because in the original it's basically just like Lance is sitting on a couch with his friends, going, "Haha, you're idiots. The world's not gonna end." World ends. Meets God. God's like, "Hey, where do you want to go?" He's like, "Ponyville. Good choice." Bam. Wakes up. Checks himself. Cool. He flies over. He meets Rainbow Dash. Dash is like, "What's up with you?" He's like, "I'm a retired royal guard. That's why I'm wearing black leather." Dash is like, "Okay, bye." Leaves. He's like, "Huh. Okay, I guess I'm gonna fly to Ponyville now." At the end.
That's awesome. What an engaging like opener. That's they say you need a hook in your story.
I mean, that is something that you could fit into the first half of a 10-minute long episode. So, like,
Yeah, there you go.
really, really works.
But yeah, I went in to do a little rewrite on it. I decided to try and like basically try and like figure out what it would look like if the story was actually planned out at all. So like establishing the voice, like the breaking dawn a little bit earlier instead of them just waking up as soon as he met Killjoy, and having God actually like drop some hints about the absolute insanity of what's going on.
Yeah.
Because like in the original, it's kind of implied that like Lance is getting special treatment by getting to be reincarnated because he is literally so good. Like he's such a good boy that he gets a special like resurrection that no one else is getting. And then it's also just like, oh, actually, all these other people also got it. Like Greg and Murder Cody and all them.
Yeah, Murder
they're
Cody
just
also
so
got it.
good. They were so good they got decided that they had earned a second go around. Which made, 0 sense.
Yeah.
So
Gosh, just like, you know what?
That's
First
that.
time doesn't count. Restart everything. You murder someone, you know what? That's all right.
yeah. So basically, they're just like, okay, fuck it. It's just everyone who died roughly in the final days gets the resurrection, which is why so many people ended up in apparently all these different worlds.
What a crazy
But
story.
yeah. It's really weird, and it's kind of funny going back to the very beginning and seeing it again, because it is what Living the Dream started as was very different than what it became.
Yeah, it's definitely changed a lot.
There's a lot of deep lore.
There is a lot of deep lore.
I'm excited for the end of the story and like properly finding out what happens and how it really has just changed from this beginning. I'm just more excited as well when we sit down and just discuss it. Like after we're done with this story, we just sit down.
Oh yeah,
and
we're
talk
gonna have to
about
have like a.
We'll be spending
podcast.
we'll be
Just
spending
talk
another
about
140 episodes just dissecting the story.
it. Yeah, wait for the
Oh my
sequel.
God. Anyway, I think that'll do for now. Happy April Fool's Day, everybody. Hope you had fun.
Yeah.
Keep it hello, baby.
We got more chapters coming, almost certainly. When you see this, there will be more on the way. So
Yes.
don't worry, this is not replacing normal Living the Dream. We actually have more episodes on their way. Catch them next time, and we'll see you guys then.
We scared you. You thought we were going to start over.
No,
You got it.
start over.
Yeah.
Drop my coin. Ah!